r/Askreddit by Reddit and chill. What was sexy 10 years ago but isn't now? When I was in high school there was one year where every girl at my school suddenly started wearing a feather in their hair. Did anyone else experience this, or was my high school weird? That fashion trend cut short the supply of feathers used for fly fishing and raised prices for them by a lot. Crazy weird. Concealer lips, orange foundation, and a heavy-handed black eyeliner look. Well, England must be decades behind. Tyler Tequila. Ah yes. That's how I learned about bisexuality. Using the word sexy in marketing digital teams to describe sleek interfaces or products. The 18th of July, 2006, Justin Timberlake began promising to bring sexy back and has been relentless in its pursuit ever since. I am unsure about his success rate as I look around and things appear status quo. Edit. WTF is the I'm deceased award? Why are half the things mentioned on here from the early 2000s when 10 years ago was 2010? Once you turn like 30, when you hear 10 years ago your brain goes to high school. Even though that was much longer ago. The hair bump poof for girls made popular by Jersey Shore. I always thought it looked trashy, but it seemed like everyone did it. That and too much bronzer. Oh my Christ, the bump it. I remember at the time thinking it was so stupid. Lot of people in this thread finding out they're older than they think they are today. Lol, I had to take a minute to process that 2010 was a decade ago when I saw this. Fake tan? I think every time I go out, not so often. But anyways, I seem to see less and less orange ladies. Nah, fake tan is still a thing. But the formulas and technology have become better at replicating the look of a real tan for not very much money. Wearing fitted tap out and Hot Topic type clothes with all those skulls, flames and swords. This might just be a middle school thing, specifically that one chubby kid who hates his stepdad. Skinny eyebrows. As long as they are not taking it too far into the extreme. With thick, overdrawn Groucho eyebrows. Beauty is cyclical. Thin eyebrows will be back eventually. It happens every 25 or so years. Girls in the 70s has thin brows. Clara Bow and other silent film stars 100 years ago had thin brows. But yeah, I agree that it looks weird at this point in time. 18-year-olds. I just like people my own age. It kinda sucks living in a college town and having aged from there are sexy people everywhere to these stupid drunk kids need to learn to cross the road before they get killed. Apple bottom jeans. The ones without any back pockets. Every NHS would wear these. I remember a time a little more than 15 years ago there were pocketless jeans that zipped up the back. So weird to think about those now. Edit. I guess it's 2004 again. Just realized I was about to list something from the 90s. How did I get so old? FML. How did I get so old? Beats the alternative. Doesn't it? Searching boobs on Google Images. Literally just got the new Kindle. First thing I did was search boobs on the experimental browser. 10/10 boobies in black and white. Just posted this to nostalgia. But keyboard phones. I remember being able to swipe my entire keyboard across my phone and typing away. Making it look cool like I was in the Matrix or something. Not anymore. 1 terabyte of data storage. Ah. But what about 1 terabyte of NVMe storage? TiVo. It was amazing that you could record 45 hours of HD content directly to a hard drive in your living room. Their stock price hit over $50 a share. Now streaming has replaced local storage and 45 hours of content seems laughably small. That's not even enough for one good show. And after being acquired in 2016, the combined company is worth less than $8 per share. Forgot it even existed. My hairline. Damn, 10 years makes a difference. I feel ya man. I have a widow's peak now. Despite never having one previously. Because I'm receding on the sides but not the center. It doesn't look terrible per se. It's just unsettling when you look in the mirror and it's not what you've seen for a quarter century yak now. Kevin Spacey. 10 years ago was when the Jersey Shore was big. I would say a ton of things from that, like the fashion, hair, GTL, and the fist pump. I remember seeing so much Ed Hardy around when that show was popular. Edit. Pump. Not bump. My bad. Ed Hardy. This seems to have evolved into rhinestone encrusted jeans for dudes. Low rise jeans. And just when I came to really appreciate them, bam, women all jumped to high waisted jeans out of nowhere. I feel like women's casual wear in general is always sexier than it was 10 years ago. And it's starting to make me feel old. I imagine when I'm old I'm going to comment on some lady's outfit being really revealing and my grandkids are going to roll their eyes and say something like, "You are so old-fashioned, grandpa. Her a-hole isn't even open." Just imagine how you'll be about technology. Come on, grandpa. Just upload a copy of your consciousness onto TrueVR so we can hang out in the virtual world. No. What if the people from 4chan get a hold of my brain and start sharing my memories? That's not how it works. Zuma. Your memories aren't even uploaded in the scan. I don't wanna. Okay. This might be a little more than 10 years ago, but women's thongs riding up. I remember in middle school I used to watch those butts like the playoffs. Edit. Thank you, kind stranger, for the Reddit gold. : Whale tails. 10 years ago is not 2000. It's 2010, y'all. Duck, I totally forgot. A sleeveless dress that cut straight across the boobs and then straight across the knees. Paired with black tights. Potentially a chunky belt and a short cardigan with really tight arms. Those extremely low-rise jeans that dads would ask their daughters, "Why are you wearing this? That's too low for school." And the daughters say, "But it's TE style." Remember? When the skirts were low-rise and mini. Basically a 4 inches belt. Plucking your eyebrows thinner than a badger's nadger. Now it's gotta be full on 2 slugs fighting for dominance. Totally stealing thinner than a badger's nadger. Snapping your razor shut after a particularly harrowing call. Tramp stamps. Now that they've had 10 years to age, they're not so sexy. I think that today's equivalent is the underboob chandelier. Lindsay Lohan. I think you've got to go back a bit more than 10 years for that one. Worry too many people liked, accepted, and or used negging back then. I'm glad that has become less common now. 4 GB of RAM. Ducking, like and subscribe.